Now then, you lovely lot, we need your help. We want to make our piratical adventures simply the best D&D 5e podcast out there on the 7 seas. So, we've decided to be very brave indeed and launch our very own Roll Britannia Patreon page. And don't you worry, though we may be scoundrels and vagabonds in the Shattered Lands, we're certainly not going to be stealing your hard-earned booty to line our own coffers. All of the money that we raise, we want to plough right back into the show, so that we can be the best that we can be. So, what's in it for me, I hear you say? Well, there's a whole treasure chest worth to be had. There's exclusive Buccaneer prologues, so that you learn some of the secrets about your favourite heroes and where it all began. You'll be able to read the finest tabloid on the high seas, the Daily Teledath. You can get your hands on ARC-exclusive merchandise that you won't find in our shop, and the best part? Your very own handcrafted, beautifully made and totally unique piece of crap art, drawn just for you by your favourite Buccaneer. Just look for Roll Britannia on patreon.com, or, even easier, just follow the links on our social media pages and let us navigate the way for you. And worry not, the nautical antics of the Roll Britannia Buccaneers will still be available every Wednesday as usual, absolutely free. And we certainly wouldn't want any of our amazing loyal fans spending any more than they can afford. We wouldn't have gone anywhere without our amazing band of followers. So, with your help and support, you, yes you, can make the show even better.
Previously on Roll Britannia.
Big gun secure, Captain.
Bloody good news!
Is there anything that I can roll to disable the massive gun?
Intelligence check to see if you know how this gun works.
That was a nat 20.
You built this gun.
What did you do to that thing?
I took the firing pin out.
Oh, that's a
Wave
grand
the
idea.
firing pin out.
Keep it safe.
Who is this Yallan?
I thought it was Alan.
It's Alan with a Y.
Hello?
Yeah, it's me, the voice from the door. I know you love me. Trust me on this one. You can come with me.
The door opens and he jumps into your arms.
Does anybody know where Yallan is? Jeff, do you have his number?
No, you never gave me his number.
But if Yallan's the one for you, follow your heart.
Yes.
You look like you're
hello,
the
Jeff.
perfect seed.
Hey,
It's lovely to see you again, Jeff.
good to see you too.
I love you. Bye.
Love you too. Bye.
I'm going to go and nick Malrus's weapons and stuff.
There
23
would
does
be
the
a trap in my case of valuables.
I have an idea. I'll just take the case. All right, Jeff, I'm on my way to Timbers now.
What is he doing, Jeff?
Taking a poo, Malrus.
Ah, boys, I see you have acquired a duck.
Keth, he's talking to you.
No, he's not, because there's not a duck on my head.
We'll be landing at Nassau in just over a few hours.
Lovely.
Be prepared. I think our next adventure will be a consignment that I suspect contains information toward the location of our next piece of bait.
Perfect.
So please, rest, recover, recuperate.
And then robbery?
No.
Cheers, boys. Now carry on.
To robbery!
To robbery. Now fuck off. All caught up? Good. Let's get back to the action.
My memory's terrible.
Had all been to Timber's birthday party and had a wonderful time. No one's made any decisions they'll regret.
No, he definitely didn't stay up all night doing various other things.
Furiously.
Well,
furiously
doing activities.
Let's leave the yeah. I'll leave that decision
Until he gets a note from Timbers. There's a knock on his door.
Somebody's at the door. No, you all got a note from Timbers, didn't you? And it asked you all to recover as quickly as possible from the shenanigans and visit Timbers as soon as possible.
Jeff does that. He gets up, has a big wee, sort of yawns, stretches, thinks, at least I got home. Jexy's still got his Stone of Far Speech. He has. That's banging.
But there's a crack in it. There's like a crack in it.
A little crack. Just it's like a chip off the side. You're like, fuck. There's no one near it.
It's new as well. Fuck.
Yeah, brand new. But he checks it still works and it's fine. It's just a little grainy to hear things. But all good.
Hello, Jeff. Hello. What? Woken up, have you? You're up early.
Yeah, I know. I'm glad you didn't call me on the video. I'm having a wee. I'm glad you didn't do your Faye watch because that's
you
what
want to
I'm
infuriate the master with your video.
Look,
I've got bad reception, mate. I'm like sort of in a bit of a forest.
I vaguely remember last night. Look, I'm going to meet you at Timber's cabin. I can't really hear you, Derek.
Okay, Timber's cabin. Yeah, no problem.
All right, see you in a bit. Bye.
I'm going to walk to the house.
Yeah, that's a better idea.
Yeah.
Do that.
Because he's more likely to be there than in his cabin on the ship.
Keth will have met up with Malrus on the way. Just bumped into him.
Just before Jeff finishes his morning routines, gets himself ready. Just before he does, he thinks, just going to quickly check that letter again. Picks it up because he was hungover when he first read it. Go, oh shit, he meant the house. Oh, I'll go there instead. Oh, Derek will realise.
Derek notices it's just nailed to like a tree as he's passing back. Somebody's left it there. He eats a raw hazelnut and goes into town in his pinstripe suit.
As opposed to a cooked hazelnut.
Just like he found one.
Well, if you roast them and crush them all up and add a load of fats and things, you get Nutella,
true.
don't you? So.
Chocolate and sugar. There wasn't a non-tax paying coffee brand on the way between the forest and the actual town, so he wasn't able to order one of those kinds of drinks. But yeah, hazelnut off the floor will do.
Wow.
Well, there we are.
Oh my god!
Excellent.
That's our next affiliate sponsor. Ruin.
Yeah, pay your damn taxes.
So you arrive at Timber's house and it's looking quite grand. The gardens are now fully topiaried and they're looking rather glorious. You can see a few gardeners just doing a few jobs here and there, and the house is looking extra nice. It seems to have been really cared for while you were all at sea and over the last 6 weeks as well. It's all been well maintained.
I've cleaned up after last night. I must say, you left this place quite a mess, Jeff.
Well, that's why I shouldn't be allowed to drink, Derek. I make bad decisions.
Hey, man.
Can't remember all of my decisions.
Oh,
What
okay. Well,
decisions did you make?
I can't remember all of my decisions.
Jeff, I can. We'll talk about it at a later date. Timbers sent this note quite urgently, so we should probably get in there.
Yeah, why are we wasting time out here? Come on, guys. Keth, I've been waiting for
Keth?
you to open the door.
Yes, please, Keth.
We're
Come
all
on.
just stood here waiting for you, Keth.
Sorry, excuse me. And he'll gently ease the door open with his boot.
Just ease it open.
When I say ease it open, you'll take 3 steps back and then kick it really hard.
Oh, right, okay, you're going to do that. As you do that...
What's bellowing? Timbers, we're here.
Roll a dexterity saving throw, Kev.
Yes,
okay,
are these Timbers doors? I don't feel like it's house ones. Yeah. These aren't Dath doors anymore, Keth.
No, he's filled his house full of concrete, apparently.
14. I get +7 on dexterity saving throws.
With a +7. Well, you rolled badly.
Yes, I did. I doubled my score.
With a 14, as you were about to apply boot to Timber...
Oh, God. I hope I don't actually apply it to Timbers.
The door swings smartly aside, and you just sort of lose your balance ever so slightly, but don't do anything too embarrassing. And you just sort of, instead of applying boots to door, you just take a sort of slightly awkward large step through the now open door.
A giant John Cleese funny walk step in.
Yep.
Are you just getting your lunges in, Kev?
He's putting his best foot forward.
Oh, that'll do the hamstrings.
You hear the voice of Starflower go, "Hello, Cat."
Starflower, don't mind me, just gotta do the left leg now. And I'll take one big other long lunge straight in, like it was completely normal.
Saving face. Avoiding them embarrassment points.
Right, I'm ready for the day.
Are you still in your stripy bathing suit, by the way?
No, I ripped it off down at there.
You ripped it so you're naked?
No, I had my clothes underneath it. It was just very...
Oh, yeah.
It was very...
It was weird and Lumpy had all of his gear and
like
clothes.
reverse
underneath this
Superman.
swimsuit.
Just Malrus had said he needed to put it on to be in this house. All right.
Stretched it over like the armour and everything, you know.
Looked like a weird
Got a couple of his
superhero.
weapons on his back.
Yeah.
Really strong morph suit.
Yeah. Starflower then leans out from behind the door and calls to the other three of you and says, "Are you coming in?"
Oh, yeah. Come on.
Yeah.
Keth, get you.
Yeah, we just
Good.
Keth to his exercises.
Yeah. 5 a day
imagining
keeps the doctor
lunge.
away. Or
Jeff's going to copy
is that
Keth.
apples or something?
He's going to lunge in as well and do some lunges, thinking Keth knows something that he
Don't
doesn't.
forget, Jeff, you are feeling somewhat sickened from your drinking.
Yeah, it doesn't say it's a good
You've got that
idea.
uncomfortable but still functional.
Oh, yeah. Oh, why are we doing lunges, Keth? Oh.
It clears the sweat.
Lunge.
Are you just sort of lunging in circles around the foyer now?
I'm just following Keth doing exactly what he's doing with lunges. Yeah.
Jeff, you might want to chuck a couple of star jumps in there as well, mate.
No, I'm not jumping
Some
anywhere.
burpees.
Not
Yeah.
jumping. I'm burpy enough. Who said that?
Ow.
I'm imagining this.
Every time. Starflower shuts the door quite smartly behind you four, and Derek and Malrus, you've just sort of stepped inside quite casually and just chilled out while these two are sort of lunge stepping around the room.
Can we stop?
Yeah,
Can we stop, Keth? Because
Up.
oh.
Are you doing, toe touches and things as well?
Oh yeah,
No.
completely really
No.
sell it as if like it was just some sort of work.
some full sort of 1940s calisthenics.
I'm out.
Oh yeah.
Really get
Second
those
Keth
shoulders
does
going.
anything other than lunges, and Jeff realises he's getting into a workout. He's like, nope.
Sorry, Timbers. I know Timbers. You urgently wanted to see us, but I've just got to get my half-hour heart rate up for the day.
If I don't do it, my watch is going to shout at me all day.
Keth will like roll his shoulders and roll his neck. And go, ooh, I'm ready now.
Jeff's
Good.
leaning over on his knees.
Glad
going,
we could. Sorry about those two Starflower. They had quite a bit to drink last night.
I've come to expect it. Jeff,
Sorry.
An audible fart.
so good.
It's one of my favourite sound effects.
Oh,
Effects.
yeah.
Oh yeah, no, it's one of them. There we go. There we go.
And the thing is, ladies and gentlemen, Tom's not doing that with his
mouth.
anything that I can see.
Nope.
He just leans to the side slightly.
I mean, he did tell us he'd installed a second microphone today. We're not sure. We can't see it.
No. Neither can I.
This one's not on his chest.
Not anymore.
It's recording my heartbeat from the inside.
Yes. No, Starflower says, Jeff, are you all right? You look a little queasy.
I'm good. I just enjoyed Timber's party a lot.
Have you got any
Yes.
good berries on you, Keth? Well, from those lunges, I can see you got a couple right there, but none that Jeff would want. They do look quite smushed up, though. It's more jam at the moment, mate, if I'm honest.
Do you need a good berry, Jeff?
I don't think I can eat anything right now. Let's just go see Timbers and I'll be fine.
How about a
swallows-
beer? I've still got
Jeff
some.
swallows the sick in his mouth and stands up and moves on.
Come on then, let's do this.
Timber said to bring you straight through, so follow me. And she leads you up the stairs and towards what you remember to be Timber's office. And she opens the door smartly and says, "Not
Oh, he got there before me.
Inside, you four."
You look quite, chipper today, Timbers. How much did you drink last night?
Hello, boys.
I remember serving you a couple of
Captain, what a
shots,
party.
40. Bloody hell, 40. The way you got your grandmother into that cake was amazing.
Yes. Well,
You're like an inferno.
I have a secret about that drinking. Yes, I shall tell you more about that later.
Stop is my secret.
Did you get hold of that brandy?
Drinking responsibly, they call it.
Oh,
I'm having the artificers printed onto all the bottles on the island.
And all of mine, it said drink irresponsibly.
Drink irresponsibly, it says.
Give out free T-shirts that say that, but only at bars and pubs and clubs and stuff like that.
Yes. A smart marketing idea. I like it. Boys, thank you for coming. Thank you for joining me today. I'm trust that by the looks of you, you are not suffering as much as the last time we had such a meeting.
No, I'm feeling pretty good.
Oh no, but I am a bit flatulent.
I heard you downstairs. The entrance hall is somewhat vast, and it does, how you say, echo.
The acoustics were excellent. but you might want to open a window.
There's a certain resonance at which it does tend to carry throughout the house.
That duck quack didn't echo though in the hall, which is kind of weird. I've always
Yeah.
heard that about them.
You know what they say, ducks don't echo.
Yeah.
What
You
duck?
have yet to explain to me why you are wearing such a thing on your head, Keth.
Oh,
I'm not
again.
wearing
Don't do it.
a duck. I would have known if I'd have bought something with a duck on it. I'd have
My
remembered.
eyes must be deceiving me. It seems then that everyone else's eyes are deceiving me also. So
Well,
there we have
it's
it.
there. We've found it best just to move past it at the moment. We'll figure it out later.
It's like Jeff and his imaginary hand friend.
What?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Cathbert, I believe they call it.
Cuthbert.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, something like that.
Karen or something.
Karen.
Casper.
Right.
Always having a go at him.
Yes, Casper.
I thought it was Pamela.
No,
I-
you don't have to come out.
Anderson.
I do
little boy.
hope you see some
You can
some
go back
sort
to
of,
bed.
specialist about this Casper.
Well,
you
I think
was
it's-
discussing with.
It's like a psychological.
Casper is a specialist, Timbers.
Yes,
Hmm.
very good, Jeff. Boys, I trust you heard my speech last night,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I meant every word of it. There is a grand prize in the offing.
Millions. Yes, I remember.
Millions.
Yes, not each. I hope you understand, but a share equal
We'll see.
among fellows.
Yes.
Yeah, that sounds
So-
good to me.
Yes.
Would you like a hazelnut, Captain?
Thank you very much.
It's whole and raw. Just crunch down on it.
Yes,
I find it keeps the
I
cigar-
shall do so later. Thank
I
you.
find it keeps the cigar taste at bay. You know what I mean?
Whose nut is this berry? Right. Boys, there is. I must ask you now to keep what I am about to tell you amongst us. I have a job to disseminate this information among the captains, but it's important, though, that this information is not.
Hold on a second, Timbers. There's another casualty from your party last night. I think your grandma may have broken her hip, actually, after all.
She is doing so often. Right. No, it is important that I am able to disseminate this information without it leaking to those who are not yet involved.
Oh, don't say leaking.
You see, the information I am about to tell you has come at the cost of a number of lives, but it is very, very important. You see, the prize we are seeking is not just gold, although gold is certainly in the offing, and vast amounts of it, but there is also a very key piece of information. We have been here for a while because I have been searching for the answer to a question. And I'm sure you are aware, we are searching for the pieces of 8. We have been at a bit of a loss as to where the next one is.
So this little piggy is staying at home for now.
Well, that is what we have been
As Derek's
doing.
counting out the pieces of 8 that we've already collected.
Oh, there's a reference. On his toes.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Put my shoes back on then.
I should see a chiropodist if I were you.
Yeah, that's all the walking in the forest at the
Or
moment.
a blacksmith.
Athlete's foot, I think they call it.
Well, I do my stretches. I do my lunges every day, so.
A very crucial part of any exercise.
Didn't
or
see those in
regiment.
the foyer.
I did them.
Boys, aboard the vessel carrying such a vast cargo of gold, there is also a prize we must acquire, even at the expense of all the gold aboard. This prize is a missive, a message, if you will. We suspect it is, well, I say suspect, we have acquired some information through means of persuasion.
Violent persuasion?
I know what you mean by persuasion.
I don't think you do. I've
This
seen you talk to
missive
Starflower.
This missive is destined for the Royal Guard's headquarters in Neverwinter. No, they are...
Back to Neverwinter, eh? Where's it coming from?
Uh-oh.
For that, we are not certain the original destination of this information. For if we knew the original destination, that therein would be the answer to the question.
So,
For the original destination is in itself
a mystery.
what is contained upon this missive.
Okay.
You see, the Empire have been sending out scouting parties across the Shattered Lands. They have been searching islands yet to be uncovered. Islands that were, by rights, our forefathers, and mothers, and sisters, and brothers. They are islands that contain the powers given to them by the Pieces of Eight. They are mighty magical objects, as I'm sure you are now aware. And as such, the power contained within them is of great use to the royal artificers. They have, I'm sure you are aware, devices or processes for extracting magical energy from such objects, or, in the case of many, people, and using it to their own devices. That is why I have been sending you after these items. The Queen, it seems, has a plan which requires a large magical output. I am not yet certain of the exact nature of this plan, but the construction which is rumoured, and I do not know for certain if this is it. But there has been digging, I am told.
Timbers, when we went to Fulcrum Bay, and
the
Malrus went to the gated community, he mentioned that there was some sort of construction project. The person you met.
See, she's speaking about a tower.
A tower? Why then would there be digging? This is much to cogitate on.
Well, you need to build it out of something.
Foundations.
Yeah, you got to sit it on something.
Yes. You might be right, boyo.
So, surely then, this piece of information that we're looking for and more access, do we know the location of said construction project?
I have not yet ascertained that information, but until that information is acquired, we have to make sure Her Royal Highness does not acquire the power she needs to complete her project. So, we must continue to chase the Pieces of Eight.
Absolutely.
And keep them away from the Empire.
How many are left at this point? I've just done the calculation, but you told me to put my shoes back on. I was in the middle of it.
There have been 4 items captured, I believe.
Any,
we're halfway.
That does sound correct, does it not? Pieces of 8, 4 collected.
I'm not getting my socks off again, Timbers. I'm not.
No, please don't.
No, please don't, Derek.
I humbly request that you do not do that. Now,
it's making me hungry for some reason.
That is why
That's the hazelnut.
I will be needing more than just your presence aboard the Dath. I understand that you, Malrus, have acquired a ship.
Yes.
And a balloon.
A balloon as well. Well,
Yes,
that may
we
come
need
in
to
handy
fix
if
that.
the... You see, the ship we are pursuing may come with an escort. A small flotilla, if you will.
What's her name?
Oh, yes. I was going to say it, but I thought...
Very good.
Sorry, I was
I'm
drinking some
listening.
squash. I almost spat it all out, trying to get that joke out.
We must hunt this ship, but be prepared to take on a fight with a small armada. I am anticipating in the realms
Armada, huh? She sounds exotic. Sorry.
I anticipate somewhere in the realm of maybe 3 or 4 additional ships to accompany her.
That's
This
more
ship
than we
is
can...
in itself well armed. A sailing fortress, if you will.
Like a...
I am to understand that it is of a comparable firepower to my blessed Dath.
Dath should stay here, I think.
Nah, it needs
whatever's guarding the bay at the moment. I suppose we have the gun now.
It's not the Dath guarding the bay. It was
the other one,
ship.
Bluebeard ship. Okay, well,
what
a lovely ship it is too. What a lovely forgettable ship.
So I take it we're all going.
The Lizzie's revenge.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah,
with the Dath and the Valkyrie and Malrus Air.
Yeah, Malrus Air would be good because we could drop bombs.
Is the balloon in a fit state? We have that bottle as well. I presume
still got
by this point.
How long until
I'm not
we
sure
get
if I
there,
already
Timbers?
did, but I will have given this bottle to Malrus.
The honest answer is if the convoy is running to time and takes the route that has been suggested to us, we should need to leave in the morrow.
Oh.
And set sail for an interception course. At this point, I have to request of you that you use your ship, the Valkyrie, to bolster our numbers and take down at least one of the accompanying ships before including yourselves upon the boarding parties, when we aim to take hold and capture the ship in question, which I believe, if I am given accurate information, is called the Realm's Glory.
Somebody note that, please.
The Realm's Glory, yeah.
I haven't got a pen. Any other names of ships? Sorry, I was chewing on a hazelnut. Any other names of ships that are in this flotilla that we know?
To my knowledge, not yet.
Okay.
They are to be decided, I understand, based on the available military ships in the vicinity.
Okay. So they're not specialised escorts. They're just what's passing and what we can spare. I think that's an important piece of information to know.
What kind of
obviously
flag?
they're going to be armed bastards, but
What kind of flag does the Realm's Glory have, Captain? Is there anything that we can identify that specific ship as opposed to any of the other Royal Guard ones?
I'm afraid they will all be flying the
Empiricals.
Empress's the Imperial flag.
But it's not going to. Is it going to be potentially a bigger ship than any of the others?
Do we have?
It will be vastly bigger.
Do we have?
It has to carry on it enough armaments and strength to guard the vast wealth within.
Do we have any captured flags? Imperial standards.
I believe we have a one or two. Yes.
Not a bad shout. A few uniforms knocking around still.
We could.
The idea, of course, will be for us to fly the Imperial flags until we are close enough to prevent a long-range bombardment, at which point I would recommend that we all fly the black.
Nice. Can I ask a question, Captain? Since
he's going to anyway.
You described us as a nation last night, or a republic. We should probably have our own landed flag. Just get one drawn up, I'd say, by somebody who's keen on, those drawing tablets that people use.
Hasn't that tattooist got a new assistant that was really good with artwork?
Sure, yeah, but I think doing it on pigskin or a human back will probably send the wrong message.
I don't know.
There might be quite
flying a human with a tattoo on it might be quite an imposing banner.
I think the name was Savvy or something.
They remind me of the meat ship, though.
She is very savvy, to be fair.
She did seem it.
How would you fly the human? Both by both legs, both hands, or maybe a leg and a hand?
Well, we could take inspiration from the meat ship.
We could
remember the meat
see
ship?
if she could draw it on cloth first before we have to commit murder and hang people.
Ah, yes, that might be more advisable.
Or paper or something. Yeah.
Paper might not last as a flag, Derek.
Cleaner altogether.
Well, yeah, and also white as well. It'd make it look like we're surrendering.
Timbers?
Yes, boyo.
Are there any spare hands that we could have for the Valkyrie?
Hands, you say?
Well, as in people.
Salesman.
If we're about to go into battle or anything, we might need a couple of extra hands to man the guns.
Definitely.
I'm certain that you will find willing crew members, but please be aware, crew members of any ship, it is the captain's responsibility to ensure that those members are paid an equal share. We are, as I said last night, a republic.
Do we have a name?
And as that republic, we are free to choose to do as we will. But those choices come with responsibilities.
A bit of skrilla,
and...
a bit of cost.
Exactly. You may, of course, choose not to pay your crew an equal share, but please do not come whining to me if your crew then tie you up with a few iron cannonballs and hurl you over the side.
No, strap us to the hull, guys. Meat ship time. Come on. This is like first level pirating.
Right, boys. Seriously. This will be a dangerous mission. I suspect many lives will be lost.
Is everyone going?
And it is my duty to you all to let everybody know that this will be the case. There is no requirement for any member of any crew to join us on this cause. Of course, as I have aforementioned, those who do not come will of course not reap the benefits.
Swag.
But there will be no repercussions if you do not. So please, think wisely. This will not be an easy mission.
Where are you going to be in this battle, on this mission? Are you
aboard the Dath, captaining it as I should?
Good on you.
Well, I'm in.
I'm in.
Me too.
Is there somewhere I can send a letter first before we go tomorrow morning?
Yes, please, if you have such letter needs.
I have other needs.
Is it internal for the island, or is it external elsewhere?
In the island.
Shattered Lands. Ah, very good.
Sorry, Jeff.
Simply drop down to the post office. They have a few runners there who will drop things down. You will need to know the address,
That's
of
fine.
course.
I know it. I know the address.
They've got no waterproof shorts on, I've noticed as well. So
I'm
it'll
hoping
keep
they won't
everything
have
dry.
to swim on the island.
Well, are you sending it on island? Oh, okay.
I'm hoping for overnight
Have you not
delivery, to be
seen the
honest.
island's vast Venice-like canal system?
Next day, earliest.
Right, boys.
Can I ask very quickly? Sorry,
I.e.
just to
before
say,
we
Timbers.
leave.
I would like to get, while we're talking about costumes and, design and selling this ruse, I'd like to get some sort of like forged documents made, just in case we get stopped coming close to the ship.
Right.
I know a couple of people. I'm not sure if they're still on this island, but I tend to pick up these kind of contacts. So I'd like to just arrange for that to happen. Would you like those to be... Oh, you're too well known. Have we got anybody that can sort of disguise themselves?
I'm pretty good at disguising. Or at least being invisible.
Well, if you've got like we could do it with costume and rather than magic, because they might be able to detect, is what I'm picking up on. But it's an idea, basically. Position them to the outside of the fleet, send it over. They board that ship. That ship, we could have a clean ship. I
like this idea. We will assess this. Make the necessary preparations. We will assess this when the first ship makes sight.
They're not going to be that great. We've only got till tomorrow morning.
Well, I suggest then, boyo, that you hurry.
Or should I do something else, Captain, and then immediately leave your office? Should I? Come on, for good luck. One big one for all the boys. Come on. Fuck off, Captain.
Fuck off, Captain.
Boys,
off, Captain.
Be ready for 6 a.m.
6 a.m.
Be aboard your vessels,
6.
ready to weigh anchor. We must set off at 6 a.m. sharp.
Early night, no drinking.
And we shouldn't fuck this up.
No.
Seriously.
It goes without saying, boyos. Do not fuck this up.
he looked serious.
He said do not. He didn't even conjoin the words. Like, that's how serious it is. It was a do not.
Indeed.
Because we could,
now, boys,
we could properly be fucked off this mortal coil. Like, you know.
No shit.
Well,
boys,
fuck off, Captain.
I have many meetings to have today with the captains of various ships, and I suspect there will be planning sessions, of course.
Mm-hmm.
If you have any more to discuss with me, please return later. I have more meetings to get through and information to convey.
Lots of prep.
And once we have confirmed numbers, we will be able to form a plan. Please
let us know when you've got
make
one.
your necessary arrangements. And, boys, fuck off.
Oh,
fuck off, Captain.
I love you too. I mean, fuck off, Captain.
Yes, I know adventuring on the high seas is all well and good, but I know why you lot are really here. You're not here for swashbuckling, you want knowledge and wisdom. So here I am, the Dungeon Master himself, and it's time for a moment. I have a stonking great thank you here on my desk, and it's got your name all over it. It's so good to have you here again with us as we tackle salty sea monsters and battle nefarious foes aboard the Roll Britannia battleship. The whole crew here are incredibly grateful for your ongoing support every week, and we would never have sailed this far without you. Wait, that's not a cannibal, it's an incoming random celebrity shout out! Oh, now, it seems that another game show host has been listening to the show, and it's the one and only Anne Robinson, who's been reportedly been planning a one-off Roll Britannia Weakest Link special. Maybe she has, or maybe she's quite cross if she thinks we're making these things up. Yeah. I can't do an impression. It's fine. Oh, surely not. There's no way. Well, Pedro, I do find it astonishing that you're here again on time. I'd even say early. I see. You're doing dry January, which is why you're not hungover all the time. Well, all I say is February is going to be quite interesting when you start on those cocktails again. Oh, best hand over that shout-out scroll then, boy. Thank you. So, this week's shout-out goes to Dominic Tuttle, who got in touch with us on Twitter. Thank you so much for chatting with us. We are so glad that you're enjoying the show. And even though it's been over a decade since the last cheeky Nando's, I have a feeling that Malrus could easily be waiting that long for his first one on the Tell Dath. And, you know, unless they sponsor us, maybe. Tell them. Now, I completely understand that it's very mean of us to only release one episode of Roll Britannia a week, which, of course, leaves a lot of spare time for your next fix. What to do? Well, that's easy. Hunt us down on social media. A quick sniff about on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Discord. You'll spot us there faster than any spyglass you'll find in our goose. We love chatting with you, so we're always keen to hear new ideas and answer questions. Make sure you get involved. Now, if you're really enjoying Roll Britannia and you've got this far, so why not do something brilliant and give the show a lovely 5-star review, eh? It helps other fantastic people just like your good self to discover our nautical misadventures. It helps to get the word out about us, in short. You'll feel great about doing a nice thing too, and it'll only take a couple of minutes of your time. There's lots of places to do it, whether that's iTunes, Spotify, Podchaser, or however else you like to listen to our ridiculous adventures. We'd be really, really grateful. Now, don't be forgetting, make sure you have pressed that all-important subscribe button, or I'll have Derek steal all of your booty. Yeah. And you won't want it back after your, well, you remember where he keeps some of it, you know. Right, that's enough from me. There's a new Archon, there's battling to be done, and I can't keep an eye on those poor lunatics while I'm dishing out free wisdom to you. So, out of my office and back into the action. Go! Support for Roll Britannia is brought to you by Manscaped, who are the best in men's below-the-waist grooming. They're champions of the world, in fact. Manscaped offers precision-engineered tools for your family jewels, and they've just launched their 4th-generation trimmer, the Lawnmower 4.0. You heard that right, the 4.0. Join just over 4 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with this exclusive offer for you. 20% off and free shipping with the code ROLLBRIT at manscaped.com. Just imagine shaving with a sleek, well-designed and optimised trimmer that makes shaving your favourite time in the bathroom. I'm one of the first people to try out the new 4.0, and to be honest with you, I wasn't used to the idea of using power tools down there, you might say, but I was pleasantly surprised. Manscaped have engineered this device to the ultimate groin and body trimmer by focusing on intelligent functionality and incredibly comfortable grooming experience. This 4th generation trimmer features a cutting-edge ceramic blade to reduce the grooming accidents thanks to their advanced skin-safe technology. And I am now very confident that I can shave down there, you know. It's waterproof, it charges wirelessly, and it's a very fancy-looking dock. And they provide a range of products that complement everything that goes along with it, which is really, really handy. So I was pleasantly surprised. I really think you'll, if you're looking to tidy up down there, perhaps you've got a date coming up, I really think it's worth checking out. So if you'd like to give it a go and take it from me, having tried it out for the first time, and we'll now be continuing to use it. Check it out and use our code. It'll get you 20% off and free shipping worldwide, I might add. So wherever you are in the world, free shipping and 20% off. Just use the code ROLLBRIT and you could be saving and shaving. Hey. And Starflower opens the door at this point and says, "Come on then, boys."
Yes.
Keth running towards the front door, desperately trying to get ahead of Starflower to boot the front door open.
I'll get the door. No, I will. I'll get it.
I'm going to head to the post office.
That was a Starflower impression.
As you run towards the door, you're just about to get there, and Starflower, still at the top of the stairs, just clicks her fingers and it swings open.
That's a baller move.
Keth just sails straight through.
You didn't even go for the boot at that point. You went for the full shoulder charge, just straight through.
And he just runs off down the street like he's really excited to get on with the plan.
You know, like when you see someone who's like falling over running.
Just continually having to take steps on the verge of horizontality. Right. So then, you've been given some information, and you have until 6 a.m. tomorrow.
What's the time now?
Well, it's late-ish morning, okay. So I would say it's probably somewhere coming up to 10 a.m.
Would you say that's brunch?
I mean, yeah, if you want brunch.
Derek.
Quick brunch at Nancy's?
No, I'm not stopping. Sorry.
I'll go with Keth. I'm going to go with Keth because I've got to write a letter. I'm going to compose a letter at lunch.
Malrus, you coming?
I'm going to take a trip to the post office first, and then I'm going to go get the ship ready.
Do you want me to start working after brunch? Do you want me to start working on fixing the holes in the balloon?
Yes,
please. Yeah. And also, if you guys spot any old uniforms, old flags, even like old Imperial weapons, any kind of pieces of paper, stuff in the fort, you might have to send somebody to tackle them bees. Talk to Greg Flashman. He might know. I've got to really shoot. I got to meet a friend of mine. But we'll sort something out. Malrus, if you could for me, have a think about like flotilla configuration and which ships are going to get searched, and if that is the case.
Okay, we'll do.
Cool. Thank you, mate. And then Derek's just going to dash.
Okay, cool. Let's. So remind me, who's going where then? Derek, you're off to do a meeting with a.
I'm off to meet a man about a dog and a series of forged documents.
Off to meet okay. Off to meet a halfling about a gnome.
Yeah.
Yeah. And sorry, it's two of you going to the post office.
I've got to go compose. I've got to write my letter first, so I'm going to go with brunch.
Okay, so two of you going to brunch, one of you is going to the post office, and one of you's off to meet someone seedy. Yep. So let's do Nancy's first then.
He said,
so the two of you stroll right down to the beachfront bar and up the steps to the sort of open-fronted cabana type bar, and you're greeted by the usual sound of music playing from a sort of a radio in the corner. There's a few people sitting around with Bloody Marys and various other things that you have the morning after the night before, and
pills.
Yes. Yes.
Jeff, you're not, are you?
No.
And you guys take a seat at a lovely table with a bit of a sea breeze, slightly in the shade from the morning sun. And Nancy comes over to you both and says, "Hello, boys."
Nancy?
Just the two of you today?
It is. You're looking...
Yeah.
You look great at the party last night.
Oh, thank you. Now, what can I get you? Would you like something to drink? Hair of the dog, perhaps?
Just cranberry juice, thanks, Nancy. Something
Cranberry,
lots of
very
well.
well.
Antioxidants.
Is that a large cranberry or a small cranberry?
Just a large cranberry, please. Lots of antioxidants.
Large cranberry. Any ice?
No, thank you. It's too cold. Then hurts my teeth.
Okay. And you, Mr. Keth?
Are you still doing those delightful champagne breakfasts?
Oh, the bottomless brunch.
Oh, the one that takes ages, Keth.
Absolutely. No, you can only get the champagne for 2 hours, right?
Okay, that's fine. That's okay.
But if you eat it all... Sorry, Derek's not there. If you eat it all in 5 minutes... He's been to this bar a lot. If you eat it all in 5 minutes, you get it for free.
Now, would you like me to bring glasses of champagne or bottles?
Just... we'll start with 2 bottles. We'll start with 2.
It's just for you, Keth.
Okay, and eggs, scrambled, poached, or fried.
Could I have 4 scrambled, 3 poached, and 7 fried, please?
Okay, no problem. I'll bring that right out to you.
Oh, and another
yes?
8 of those hog sausages. That'd be great.
Oh, I'm sorry, we've run out of those.
Oh, have we got any of that maple bacon?
Oh, lots of that.
Oh, I'll have a heap of that, please.
Okay, no worries.
Hash browns?
Yes, of course.
Skip the tomatoes. Pancakes, please. Got those pancakes?
Yeah, I'll bring... Would you like those on the same plate or separate?
Could I have the bacon on top of the pancakes with the eggs around the outside?
Okay, this is excellent audio for a podcast, by the way.
That's fine. Okay, that's lovely.
That was amazing.
Nancy, do you happen to have a piece of parchment?
Breakfast.
I'm sorry, my love. What did you say?
I just wondered if you got a piece of parchment and a quill, pen.
Absolutely. I'll just go and fetch you one.
Thank
from
you.
the bar.
Thank you.
And she does.
Thank you.
And Keth, your absurd amount of food and beverages starts to arrive.
Jeff, you want one of these pancakes?
No, thanks, Keth. Jeff's just very quietly sitting, writing, sipping his cranberry juice through a straw, and thinking, like looking up and to the right, and then going down on his paper.
I could never write on an empty stomach.
Yeah, my stomach's not empty. It just doesn't feel settled at the moment, and the noises that you're making, I have to say, are not helping. It's grotesque, I think is the word.
What do you mean? I'm starving.
Well,
I can't do anything without a full stomach.
I don't know how you're managing to do that with... You've already got a full mouth. You can't get any more. There's no...
I can't.
No, Keth. Jesus, man. Oh, God. Oh, where's the cleric for me hangover? And he's just...
Speaking of clerics, Malrus.
Yes.
Segue.
What are you getting up to?
I'm going to pop to the post office to see if I may or may not have received any letters from the letters that I sent a while ago to Karina.
Okay. Yeah. You you pop into the post office, and as you open the door, a little bell jingles.
Insert sound effect.
One of those. Yes, sound effect here, and you see a quite simple.
And there's several geese honking in the corner. Sorry, then I have to do another one.
They're doing what in the corner?
Did you say bonking?
Honking.
Yeah.
Bonking.
I hope I said honking. We'll see. We'll see when the show comes out, I guess.
You enter the room, and off to one side, there's sort of a selection of birthday cards and anniversary cards and condolences cards, congratulations cards, all those sorts of things. There's tourist maps of the island. There's calendars with pictures of cats and one of cows. It always seems to be the same 2 cows for some reason. Yeah. And
in various heroic poses.
One of them looking slightly more...
rampant, couchant.
One cow's taking a cow by the bull.
Can I get a cow calendar, please?
Yeah, you can go pick one up, and you're taking it to the counter.
Yeah.
That's at the other end of the room. Yep. And the figure that's there is just a bearded fellow.
Hello.
with a nice little tunic on, quite simply dressed, but the tunic is sort of a navy blue with some brass buttons, and he says, "Oh, hi,
Hello. What's your name?
hi, the name's Reynold. Reynold is the name.
I was really hoping it'd be Pat.
My mother tried to call me Reynold, but for some reason she misspelled it, so I've spent my entire life being called Reynold."
Nice to meet you, Reynold.
Lovely to meet you too, sir. Oh, you see you've picked up our Ermintrude calendar.
Yes, yeah, I thought I'd get it for the ship.
Very nice, sir. That is 2 gold pieces, if you don't mind, if you'd be so kind, sir.
There you go. I'm just going to give him 2 gold.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now, how can I help you today? I assume you didn't come in just to buy this fantastic calendar.
Now, I was wondering if you had any letters for me. It's Malrus Tosscoble.
Malrus Tosscoble?
Yes.
I'll just go check.
Thank you.
And he disappears off into a back room.
Just going to twiddle my thumbs, awkwardly.
And he comes back and he says, sorry, you're still there. Excellent. Yes, there is a letter for you, but I don't think it's going to be what you're looking for.
Why not?
It's just the letter P.
Today's interaction is sponsored by the letter W.
For wanker, and it's just a piece of paper with the word wanker on it addressed to him.
What he actually has in his hand is the letter you sent.
Oh.
You recognise it, and scribbled across the top it says, "Return to sender."
Oh.
I'm just going to fold it up and put it in my pocket. And just be like, cheers.
I'm sorry about that, sir.
No worries. It happens, doesn't it?
Well,
probably sent it to the wrong place.
I hope you have a much better day than this letter suggests.
Yes. I'm going to put it back in my pocket and head down to the docks to, I guess, get the Valkyrie out of the bowl.
Nice. And as you're walking down to the docks, you walk past a seedy-looking alleyway between 2 buildings. And Derek, what are you doing?
At this point, Derek's dressed in he's still sort of like bopping about, you know. He's dressed in sort of like a Burberry sort of check tracksuit. He's got change because he felt this sort of in the heat, man. The suit was too restrictive, so he's running around. Sees Malrus, sort of clocks him a little bit. You look a bit down in the dumps. Sorry, can't stop. On my way.
That's all right.
So Derek is sort of like, he's racing around, he's talking to a few different people whose names will not be disclosed in this podcast for the source, for legal reasons. You know, he's meeting people that he knows. He's just trying to essentially like, you know how it is, right? One person needs, say, like a jar of ink, but they don't want like, you can't buy gold for this kind of stuff because, you know, it's got to be a specific like Empire ink. So this guy over the other side of town has like a toy crocodile that I know that he wants, and all of that kind of stuff. Sort of racing around trying.
Sorry, has Derek got to do like a set of Sandbox Games fetch quests?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, there's. I think you'll see him later on in the day. Doing an escort quest where he's like slightly too fast for the person that he's escorting who's sort of dawdling, but when you get too far away from them they stop. So he's like, fucking slow down. He's just sort of walking behind them like this, like well, you can't see it's a podcast, but you know what I mean. We've all been there. He's doing
Slow
loads
your
of
way, adventurer.
He's doing loads of fetch quests for like mundane stuff, but just trying to source and put together what we've seen so far from imperial documents and giving it to a central character, if you will. I just OOC. I have a character specifically in mind. I kind of want to stick to that. I find it quite cool to not name them specifically and that you don't meet them. And also it speeds along the story. but I've got a character in mind. I'll discuss it with you, James.
Okay.
Yeah. So he's just doing all that kind of stuff, trying to get it to a forger. At the moment, he's on his way to... he's got to go into the forest and kill 10 wild boars. Again, he doesn't want to get the suit dirty, so as you see him, he's running about, but he's got all of his guns and stuff with him. Good bit of Derringer practice as well, I think.
Nice. Okay. Cool. Yeah, you do that, and let's jump back to the boys in Nancy's. You know, Jeff, you're just about finishing up writing your letter, and Keth, you're tucking into your 6th round of pancakes, and probably your 8th bottle of Prosecco, champagne, I should say, getting thoroughly sloshed. And you witness, as you look across the bay, Malrus just sort of stride down to the waterfront, pull out a bottle, and from within its glassy domain bursts forth a rather sleek-looking ship.
It is impressive when he does that, isn't it?
It's always great.
It causes a reasonably sizable wave to wash up the beach and just sort of lap gently at the steps to Nancy's tavern.
Right, that is my cue to go and fix a big old windbag.
One of the smaller boats just sort of rocks a little bit, and you hear the crash of crockery from inside.
Okay, Keth, if you head off to do that, I'm gonna. Now Malrus has left the post office. To be honest, after I saw his spell book last time, I'm getting a bit scared of him. So being in the same room on my own is a bit unnerving. He seems like a merchant of death at the moment. So I'm gonna just head off to the post office now. I know it's clear. I've got to post this letter, but I'll meet you back at. It's on the Tell Dath, isn't it? That balloon.
I'll speak to Malrus, who might have even got it on the way. He'll be fine. I'll give him a hash brown.
Okay, well, let me know where you are with the balloon, and I'll come help you patch it up as soon as I've posted this letter.
Cool. And you sort of slightly stagger off towards Malrus.
Let me know you get there, okay? All right,
Keth. Before you stagger
down
off
a couple of times.
Is there a bill I need to settle?
Nancy comes over and says,
Bill's had some gluten. He's massive in the corner. Yeah, some of the toast.
Can't get out the door.
Are you all set? Are you happy with everything?
Yeah.
All eaten, all drunk?
I am ready for the day.
Excellent. Well, here's your bill, my lovely.
Woohoo!
It includes one bottomless champagne brunch and one large cranberry juice.
I can't believe we got all this for 8 pieces of gold. That's amazing.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's a typo. Come here. And she adds another 0.
Oh.
Is it an itemised bill by any chance?
It is actually. It's really long.
Okay, excellent.
I don't mind splitting. Do you want to just go Dutch on it, Jeff?
You pick it up and it unfurls like
and rolls away.
Rolls away across the bar, and all you can see on the first, you see cranberry juice, and then the next one is bottomless champagne brunch, and then indented under that are all the individual items of breakfast, and it just says pancake.
Knob of butter,
syrup,
knob of butter,
extra butter.
bacon strip, bacon strip.
Bacon.
Egg poached, egg fried.
Chip.
Yes, that is your name. I'm glad you remembered it.
Just wanted everyone to remember. I hadn't any attention for a minute.
Just a side note on the subject of chips. Has anyone else seen the Reddit page of reviewing the number of chips that you get at various Wetherspoons?
Yes.
That sounds really good, though.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
I know.
Now
It's
I kinda
absolutely
want chips.
fantastic. I saw it on TikTok. I looked it up immediately. It's hysterical.
How people survive in this modern world. Just mental, isn't it?
Counting the absurdly small portions of chips that Wetherspoons give.
Yeah.
And then some of them have started rating the individual chips.
The length and things, isn't it? Sort of like, look at the length of this one.
It's amazing.
But I think it was like 3 years ago or something that people were doing the same with like bags of Skittles. They would see how many of each colour they would get in a bag of Skittles, and it was sort of a lucky bag if you got more of a certain colour of a certain Skittle, and it was like, what?
Meal deal ratings.
When did we get to this point? But
yeah,
it's a group
Sorry.
thing.
What a time to be alive.
Yeah. Sorry. So yeah, you're paying the bill, Kev.
Jeff, fancy going halves?
He's gone.
Dath.
Oh, thank you, James.
He owes me a cranberry juice.
No, Jeff.
Furious.
Jeff, oh, can I?
He got up and left to go to the post office, and then you waited. You were there for a moment longer. Got up to try and leave, and Nancy came over with the bill.
Yeah. It's just he had like a bottle and a half to finish. By that time, he'd forgotten about Jeff.
Oh well, it was delicious, Nancy, and I'll chuck over 100 gold.
Oh, thank you very much, my lovely, and here's your change.
No change.
Oh, that's very generous. Thank you so much. And she leans down and gives you a little peck on the cheek.
Worth every penny.
Have a lovely day.
I will now. Excuse my slightly odd walk out of here. It's the pattern of the pleats in my trousers.
Just start doing lunges again.
Cool. So, Malrus, you're down at the beach. You've just unleashed the Tel Dath, and you see Keth come waddling towards you.
Just very quickly, OOC. Does anybody remember what happened to the balloon?
It landed on the Tel Dath. We landed on the deck of the Tel Dath.
The last time you had it was on the Tel Dath.
And then we went to see Timbers, and that was it.
We went to see Timbers. And
then we've done the game show shopping, and you've got the bottle. But we have never said
there was we've not done anything with it, but I think there was the assumption during that session of like people packing it away and stuff like that. So I think it's still probably broken quite a bit.
So
maybe it's got holes in it. It's got a number of holes.
It's just got holes.
Probably
in it.
safely assumed that it was shrunken inside the Tel Dath stored.
Yeah, probably in the bottle.
Tel Dath wasn't shrunk.
It's only and also you can only do it for a certain period of time.
Yeah,
those bottles. So it'll be
somewhere
on the Tel Dath.
I would imagine the basket of the Tel Dath with a packed up balloon inside it is probably sat somewhere on the deck of the Tel Dath, waiting for us to patch up the holes.
Yeah. I wouldn't have put it in Derek's bottle.
No.
Well, there's only one way to find out.
It's still on the Tel Dath.
The whole thing's on the Tel Dath. Okay, fine.
All this speculation, basically, bombard James with the various ideas, and then he's going to tell us either one of those or something completely that we've not thought of.
No, it's still on the Tel Dath.
Cool.
None of you have told me otherwise.
Excellent.
No worries.
So then Keth will be like, Malrus, right, I'm ready to do that. I need to repair the balloon now. Where is it?
It's on the Tel Dath.
All of that whole conversation for that little snippet of conversation. That's one for the previously. I'll write there, that little bit.
Right, I'll be back in a minute.
No worries.
And then Keth will stroll off towards the Tel Dath in pursuit of a balloon.
Another out of character question. This bottle that Derek had, did you give that to me?
I did, yeah. I mean, I mentioned there is audio of it. I think it was while we were sort of getting through, sort of when we'd spent time on the island. I think I sort of mentioned I would have given it to you because it makes sense.
And what does it?
Also, like I won that game hands down, and I answered the hardest questions, and so I'm feeling generous.
I was going to say you did say that when you got the bottle from Flint that you felt like you should do it because you didn't think one man should have all that power and be the complete controller of the fleet.
I mean, you did say that.
Did I?
You did.
Yeah,
but then
This is
equally,
why
I
I've
do
stopped.
remember you saying at some point, I would probably give it to Malrus, but you never officially said you would and have.
Yeah.
So,
in the spirit of cooperation, Derek's
historian
gonna race
right
by.
here.
This guy, Derek's sort of doing his escort quest now, so he's got time to stop basically and talk to Malrus and go, "Oh, Malrus, I know I said that thing about one man not having all that power, but I've been punched in the head quite a lot of times in all of these bar fights since then. So here you go, mate. It doesn't really matter to me anymore. Yeah, I just say shit. And in the spirit of cooperation, have the bottle. Mind you, it's only, I believe.
It's a roll.
Just send me the stuff later.
Yeah, I will do. Yeah, it's only
There's some T's and C's.
It's only about like 24 hours.
The important thing is it will
explode.
Be up to it'll be a maximum of 24 hours
Yeah.
based on a roll, and it can only be objects that would fit inside a 30-foot cube.
Right.
Yeah, and I've got all the time to explain this, by the way, while this other person just slowly walks
Yeah.
beside me.
Cool. Keth, you head off to one of the longboats that takes you out to the Tel Dath and zoom off towards it in the bay. Jeff?
Well, I've headed over.
You're popping into the post office.
Yeah, I've headed over to the post office. and I've got my letter. Well, I haven't got an envelope actually. So, hi.
Good news, they sell those at the
Yeah. Hi, Mr. Post Office person.
Hello there.
Do you happen to have a number 5 envelope?
Number 5. Let me have a look. Hold on.
This post office trip is brought to you by the number 5.
And the letter W. See, I told you. Yes.
Sesame Street Post Office.
It is, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. I imagine him as just a muppet now, basically.
Yeah, he's made of felt.
He's looking a bit grouchy.
Yeah.
He's literally made of felt, and you can't see his feet.
He's got a man's hand up his arse.
Keeps popping out of the dustbin.
Yeah. Right,
It's just a
here we go
mailbox.
then. Here's a nice number 5.
Thank you very much. And if I want to post this on island postage, but I need it to get there as soon as possible, like ideally later today, if not, but it needs to be before 6 a.m. tomorrow. It has to arrive.
Okay, well, there's two options for you there. We can do the runner service, or we can do the same-day postage.
Which is the runner service like sooner than the same day, or is
Runner service is I ring this bell, and he gestures to a big bell behind him, and
Giant
one of the
gong.
local lads comes running in. I give him this, and I say,
run?
I'll give you a gold if you go and run this round right now.
Okay, do that one. I want to do that one, please.
Right, okay, that will be 12 gold, please.
Okay. Wait, hang on.
Fucking amazing.
What if
the
I
point
rang
where-
that bell? Could I tell him that I would give him a gold?
You can try.
What? Try.
He get,
That's not a
He's
bell,
got a
that's
dog out the
dog.
back. He's got a dog. Okay.
Is it a novelty dog bell?
Sit.
These dogs.
Sit, Ubu, sit.
Oh.
I thought
I'll
dogs
leave it.
hated postmen.
That's the irony. He's combated that by having his own to defend. Okay, I'll just give you the
He's
12
turned
gold
dog.
'cause I want this.
Thank you very kindly.
There you go.
And he rings the bell, and in comes running
A dog.
little girl.
Hang on.
Little girl. And she comes
Ever heard of
running
child
in.
labour laws?
And the postman leans over. Reynold leans over and he says, "Right, Lindsay, you take this here letter. Do you know where this goes?" And she sort of nods mutely. He says, "Right, run this round right now and run straight back. And I'll give you this shiny piece of gold, all right?" And she nods again, takes the letter and goes sprinting out the door.
on all fours.
Because it's a dog.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much. And are you staying here in the next big fight, or are you going to get your millions coming off to do the battle, or are you staying to man this post office?
I am a humble postman, sir.
Well,
I will be here posting and delivering.
excellent. Well, thank you for your service, and I will see you hopefully soon. Thanks for
The
sending the letter.
greatest of fortunes to you, sir.
As
you very
Jeff's
much.
as Jeff's leaving, he's just going to sort of slightly bump into Derek on the way. Oh, hello, Jeff.
Hey,
Just come to pick up a bunch of paper because I imagine if a lot of us die in this huge bombardment / battle, there's not going to be a lot of letters sent around. So maybe I'm looking to get sort of a deal. What's the prices like?
I would just say you want to invest in a tree. That's like future paper.
Wow, you've sort of blown me mind. Sod it then, and I'll give him two fingers. I'll flick him the V's, and I go, "You seem like a nice bloke, but I'm off to go and chop some
Sorry,
trees down."
Reynard.
Sorry, Reynard.
For the rest of the day, then, I'm guessing, Malrus, you spend time preparing the Valkyrie.
Yep.
Keth, you spend the rest of your day doing what repairs you can to a hot air balloon.
Sewing. Mainly.
Joined by Jeff, who's just sort of getting frustrated at him being pissed.
Yeah.
Like, no, don't
Jeff,
put
you,
the needle
you
down.
go over and actually do most of the repairs to the hot air balloon.
Jeff supervises. Kath supervises whilst napping.
Yes. And Derek, you run all your fetch quests
Cool.
and unlock the item you were searching for,
So,
and a
yeah.
cutscene plays.
Yeah. And I have to do it again because I fall
80%
over.
synchronized.
Yeah.
And no, wait, hold
Some
on.
of the
It says
text
system
just don't
error,
load.
and then it
Yeah.
crashes, and then you have to redo the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And very briefly, then, is anyone else? Are we actioning anything else?
Can I just talk to you about some developments from the things that I've? Because again, in the spirit of cooperation, there's a lot of money at stake. It's really sort of for Derek, I think, is a system of like Timber said, if you want to come along and you want to do this, can you do me this favor? Can I just roll like a general? Because I feel like I should roll something. I've described a lot of what I'm doing, but it feels like maybe like a performance check or like a
I mean, there's persuasion.
Intimidation, persuasion. I'm not actually persuasion's not bad. Sometimes intimidation, not really a lot of deception. Okay, I'll go persuasion. That is a 23.
Yeah.
Cool,
You're
quite persuasive. And also, I'll mash you up, mate. So essentially,
like a potato.
I have elected in just in private to make Malrus our sort of Malrus, our officer focal point for disguises and things like that. Obviously, he's got a recognizable face, and people know who he is in the Empire, which is why I sort of have that decision. Obviously, I don't really know much about your past. Derek doesn't. I know you've had some trouble there, but you're good at that kind of thing, and you can read minds as well. I think. No, that was doppelganger, wasn't it? Fuck.
Yeah.
If only we had the doppelganger still. With this emoji face. And the document is just crudely drawn. So I've elected to do that. I've tried to get you sort of the rank of a captain of your own ship. I've left the name of the ship blank on the document. And we're trying to get you a uniform sorted as well. But yeah, it's pretty much what I've been up to. Found your little officer's sword.
Oh, nice. So it's been a sort of fetch quest, but for Malrus.
Pretty much, yeah. And like trading things for things, using ink and all that. I had to send Greg Flashman up to the, the bee-infested fort to have a look through stuff.
Did he put a firing pin?
You'd noticed he'd already got a load of lumps all over him, so you're like, he's fine.
Yeah,
he's already been there.
And again, tried to sort of pass on that information along the way of
cool.
Defend us, bro. Are you coming? I assume Greg Flashman's coming to the...
Oh, he's definitely going.
He's been trying to figure out if he could uninstall the big gun from the ship to mount it onto a ship. Yeah.
Thinking, can he carry it,
And also...
is there a way of making it mobile?
Get the crane. Just a load of birds fly over and try and lift it.
Due to my -7 athletics modifier as well, I just ran a little private 5 check, and it's -7. So Derek sort of switched to chewing chicory seeds that give you kind of energy. He's trying to do everything in his power to sort of not smoke because he's quite stressed out right now, and he's been running all about the place. So he's quite tired, I think.
Keth said goodbye to the cows down by the beach and left Nancy in their charge again. And then to look over them again.
They're mooing strangely, aren't they?
Yeah, there's barking cows.
And that's the cow dogs just herding them.
The cow dogs.
Not an imprisoned dog. The RSPCA are on their way.
Okay.
I'm going to hang the cow calendar up in the communal area of the Valkyrie.
Is there one big circled? There's one big circled red sort of event on it that says possibly die.
Nothing after that. Yeah, you do that, and so you spend your day, and you all get a reasonable night's sleep because it's an early morning, and the morning arrives. You all wake early. The air is crisp. Not in the way that it's a cold day, but just in the way that mornings often are. Dew is still on the ground, and there is just the beginnings of the early gulls starting to squawk over the bay. But silence is very much broken by the sounds of many ropes being pulled and ships being loaded, and men, women, and all creatures alike boarding their respective ships. The yells of longshoremen,
that's a longshoreman.
Maneuvering cargo and supplies aboard their relevant ships.
She was only a longshoreman's daughter, but she knew how to slip it through a tight gap.
Nice. And the captains boarding their vessels. You all find yourselves aboard the Valkyrie.
Malrus?
Yeah.
Got you a present, and I'm just going to give him whatever ID card type. Again, because there is a roguish kind of a skill / rule to this, in that it takes 7 days to cast. Create a false identity for somebody. So I don't imagine it's going to be that great, but we got something. What are you going to call this ship? I don't think they'll know the Valkyrie, or maybe they will, and that'll attract attention. Unless you just want to go, fuck it, Valkyrie, first time into battle. I like the balls of it, to be fair.
How about
keep
not
it.
Valkyrie?
I'm going to keep it named the Valkyrie. So you fill out the documentation and just fill in the blank spaces left where the ship's name is. And just after you sign this document, there is the blast of a cannon, and horns from all the ships begin to sound.
Go on, what do those horns sound like, Tom?
Exactly like that. And yells of weigh anchor and set sail begin to call out from every ship in the bay. There's maybe half a dozen of you there, including the Teldath.
What a day this is going to be.
Let's go, lads.
Today we ride.
I'm quite ready, actually, guys. I've lived for quite a long time. You know what? What have I got to lose?
Keth tries to save face with lunges on the way to see Captain, who tells him of the realm's glory and something about what's happened. Timbers tells the prize is bountiful, but the adventure could be deadly. So any creature looking to join had best do so readily. Malrus visits a post office and Derek hunts for forges. Jeff writes a secret letter and Keth eats brunch and gorges. Then Malrus gets all ship-shape, Derek finishes all his quests. Keth and Jeff patch up the balloon and all get a good night's rest. As they set off towards battle, how will our buccaneers fare? Well, I guess you'll find out next time on Roll Britannia!
We're going to give it another go. It's a bit more zing. A bit of zing. Zing. Yeah. Ready? Hello. With a hello. No. Wait till I get through the whole thing. Ready? Hello with a billowing hilltop.
Hello.
Oh dear. Waiting to get through the whole thing. No. I mean,
I thought that was the whole thing.
The whole thing is hello with a billowing hilltop. Okay, that's the whole thing. Yeah?
Okay. That was right.
That pretty much sums up the show. But if you want to find out any more, you can visit us at www.billowinghilltop. Is it com? Does anybody know?
.org.
Is it? It's .com. What do we do? What do we play?
There's monsters.
Does anybody remember?
Walking around.
I don't know.
And, yeah.
We will be delighted if you were to join us around our table as we play Dungeons. Is it 5th edition? Hello?
Yeah, we think so.
Yeah. Yes. We play Dungeons and Dragons.
Sorry, that was me.
What was that noise in the background? There will be noises in the background as we play Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition through the classic Paizo adventure path, The Age of Worms. You can expect this. No! Quite a bit of this.
I'm completely lost.
This. This.
I've got a bugbear in my underpants.
And one of these.
Oh dear.
We're on Apple Podcasts and we're on Spotify and we're on TuneIn, and you can find us on Twitter and you can find us on Facebook, and we hope you join us. Thanks very much.